PR Connections Radio presents. This podcast is brought to you by NVisionU. NVisionU has discovered how to impact spirit, body, and soul with spray technology in just 30 seconds. With NVisionU, you can achieve optimal health and start living the life you have always dreamed of. Use the promo code NVisionU.com/VernDix to take control of your health naturally.
Hello, and my name is Penny Tyndall, and I am the local Summerlin publisher of Desert Foothills Living. I will be hosting this podcast called The Professionals on the first and third Wednesday of every month. Join me as I interview local business owners, community leaders, and nonprofits and hear their story on how they thrive in Las Vegas, what's up in Las Vegas, and just some friendly conversation. So join me on the podcast, The Professionals. Penny Tyndall, thanks again. Have a great day. Hello, Las Vegas. You are here on The Professionals, the first and third Wednesday of the month. And I just want to welcome you in for Mother's. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. And now we are streaming soon for Father's Day. So I am excited to have in the studio CoCo Matchmaker in the house, my beautiful platinum blonde over here. Say hello, CoCo.
Hello, how are you, Penny? Good to see you.
Good to see you. So everybody, who is CoCo Matchmaker and what do they do? Well, I want to just briefly tell a story because we all know our phone is listening. So I was out doing a sales call and I was talking to a young lady. Her husband had passed away. She had told me that she was going to jump on the Facebook dating. And we were like, oh no, don't do it. And boom, I got a text message and it said CoCo Matchmaker. And I'm like, And on the text message, it says, hey, Penny, are you still single? And I'm like, oh my gosh, my phone is listening. So I waited, but I let the client see that I got that message. And she's like, I want to know what's going on. So then, of course, I called and I got reconnected with CoCo. So CoCo Matchmaker, been around for over 9 years here in Las Vegas. She is here to show you her system and how to get you off online dating and get you offline to meeting people in person. So let's welcome CoCo Matchmaker. Hello, CoCo. Go ahead and say hello to the audience.
Hi, everybody.
Yes. So tell us, how in the world did you decide 9 years ago, before all this Facebook online and all this crazy stuff, how did you get involved with creating your VIP matchmaking business called CoCo Matchmaker?
Well, Penny, I was actually watching shows on TV and saw some matchmakers on TV, and I've always loved helping people. I've had a sales background for many, many years in the hospitality industry, always working with people, real estate sales, etc. So I decided that I was going to get involved in it. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I really enjoy it. And I've had people get married and everything, so it works.
It works. I love that. And like you said, it's similar to the concept of like Millionaire Matchmaker, that you are actually working with your clients privately and you're helping them, right? A lot of us, I am single, haven't been on a date 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, even longer, especially if they were in a long relationship. And even if it was good or bad, they really weren't dating, right? So tell us some of the services that you provide to your clients.
But what we do is personal one-on-one matchmaking. So it's an offline service. Of course, we have an online presence, a website and so forth that you can get information, and you can go in there and put your contact information so we can get back to you, reach out to you, of course, and you can also phone call. But what we do that's so different is, like I said, it's an offline service. So we're working with you one-on-one every step of the way. We do date coaching, wardrobe and image styling. We can do relationship counseling, but we're basically doing a profile and screening, which takes about an hour. And we get to the meat and potatoes of it. We want to find out what you're truly looking for. Then we diagnose you, because not everybody really has a correct idea of what they're really needing. So after that diagnosis, then we've determined what your needs and requirements are, and then we go and handpick and select for you in the database and outside of the database. That's the difference between matchmaking and online dating. This is much more personalized service. It's not impersonal.
Well, also, I was just at my networking event and we were talking about catfishes, not only on the dating side, but on the business side. A lot of times somebody can text and email and they can use ChatGPT or whatever and pretend to be the person that you are looking for. So for this in person, tell us how that works. Let's just say I am your client and I say, CoCo Matchmaker, help me. I'm looking for a good guy, and I fill out your questionnaire. What are the next steps that I can expect from you?
Right. After we do our profiling screening, which takes about an hour, and we diagnose and determine what your needs and requirements are, then the next step is we go out searching for that particular match for you, and we start sending you on dates. And the men in our club, it's a private membership club, of course, and in our club, the men pay for the dates, so the women don't go in through their purse for anything but a handkerchief. And it's the old-fashioned courting system. And the reason we do it that way is because I have the dates usually go for dinner. Sometimes it's dinner and a show, but that way they have the time to kind of get to know each other. It's not just quick coffee where you only have a few minutes, and you have to be respectful and stay on the date. And it's like business even, because you're networking. So if you don't particularly like that person, you don't know who you can meet by socializing with other people. You have to be proactive, because if you're not proactive, this isn't going to work. So that's why we do it that way. But we'll send you on the date, then we do a follow-up with you to see how the date went. And then if the date went well after our follow-up, then we'll send you on a second date. And that's how it works. And we do everything. So we take all the stress out of dating, because we want our clients to just get ready for the date, be relaxed. We set the whole date up. We make all the reservations, and we let you know where you're going and who you're meeting, etc. So it's just very easy for our clients, and that's the way it should be.
Well, I understand that, because, first of all, show up, right?
Right.
May not be a good match, but you usually can learn something about someone. You might meet a friend or a good connection. So with regards, tell us some of the rules that you have so you can stay engaged and actually help your client secure the right people.
Well, the first thing is we don't release any phone numbers till usually, it's not set in stone, but usually on the third date. So they're not contacting each other. So for example, if they don't like each other, then nobody's being bothered. And it also gives a bit of security. So they don't go online and find out who this individual is and where they live, etc. You don't want stalkers or anyone harassing. We've never had any problems like that, but it makes it more comfortable, I think, for everybody involved. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is we date coach and we wardrobe and image style if needed. And a lot of the times, if you're just left on your own and you've been out of the dating scene for a while, you may not know how to dress correctly. You may not be up to date for a date, because after all, everything's first impressions. And it's much different than, just being on your own and thinking you're going to meet someone. You have to dress to impress. So that's part of the whole thing that we do, and also give you tips on what conversation topics to talk about, what to stay away from. Because if you start talking about things that are not appropriate, that will blow you right out of the water and you don't hit a home run.
Well, I love the idea about the wardrobe, because I recently went on a date and I was like, oh, I wear this, every day. I feel confident in it. And I had my sister and my friend that, date, and said, no, you have to, spice it up a little bit. This is your first impression, and you're not going to a business mixer, right? You don't know who you're meeting, but you need to take that extra step and make it serious, and just assume that it's going to be the best date you ever have, right?
That's correct. And the thing about it is putting the time in, Penny, and most women do that anyway. You know, we get ourselves prepared, but putting the time and effort in, like you pointed out, business attire is totally different from dating attire. And the thing that everybody in general has to understand is that you're not going to meet a friend. You're trying to meet someone that's a potential life partner. So you want to bring the sexy a little bit, okay? We don't want to look hoochie, but we do want to bring some sex appeal because they're not there to be in the friend zone. So if you just dress, you know, like you would for business, that's not the same thing as dating dress and attire.
Well, I know that, you specialize and you kind of coach your clients after a date. What did you like? What did you not like? You know, what did you wear? And I think that that's a really important aspect to the males. I think the women do go get their nails done and tweeze their eyebrows and do whatever they need to do. But
Right.
I think a lot of men, they're more no nonsense. So what would you tell a single man out there that has done the dating and online and said, oh my gosh, that person is 20 years older, or oh my goodness, that person is only looking for me because I make XYZ money? How do you help your male clients feel secure and be able to capture the woman that they want, because they are dressed appropriately and have great, interesting subjects that, maybe they're not the physical connection, but there might be a mental connection.
True. So that's where the date coaching comes in. We do discuss the wardrobing and the styling if necessary. Okay. We do actually take them in many instances to get wardrobe style just to freshen up the wardrobe. Because let's face it, I know when I go out and buy a new outfit, if I'm going on vacation, I want to bring new clothes. You feel fresh, you feel more confident, you feel more up to date. So I think overall, everybody, once they put something brand new on and it's hip and it's cool, it gives them that self-confidence which they exude. And that is so important in the dating world, to have that self-confidence and to have an aura about you, because after all, that's one part of the first impression, looking at the person. And the women are judging the men, and they're looking at the shirt, the pant, the shoes, the fingernails, that's the first thing. And the men are looking at the women. You've got the eyes, the hair, the figure. And within the first 15 seconds or so, the men can see right away, do they even like this woman? So it is key to have that look about you and that self-confidence, because without it, the whole thing can go in the wrong direction.
Perfect. Okay, so why don't you give us some tips, like when you're going out and you're single, what are some tips that you feel that you can educate us in the single world that we really don't know, because we are not experts and you are the expert, so we can kind of let people know that we are available, but not be like, hey, can I have your number?
Okay, that's a great question. The first thing we've already talked about is making sure that you look your best, so you have the self-confidence level that is required. The second thing is proactive. If you're not proactive, you're not going to meet the person. So I don't care whether you're at a Starbucks, whether you're at a grocery store. If you have a problem and you're introverted in communication, then practice with the cashier in talking, because usually introverted people can talk about business or something they're very familiar with, but they can't always go up and meet someone. They get nervous and they don't know what to say. So have topics that you're comfortable with that you can speak about. And basically, like I said, being proactive is key in order to meet people and networking with other people. But working on yourself so that you're prepared and having the self-confidence that it takes to get involved with somebody else. You have to be able to be available and also be healthy so that you can build a great relationship, and communication is key.
I find that very interesting because you said be healthy. And I do notice especially on the gentlemen, a lot of older gentlemen getting involved with pickleball, riding their bikes. A lot of them start getting a new zest for life. And then some of the women, we gain weight. We do our friend thing, and we kind of put dating on the side, and hopefully somebody comes along. So right now, are you taking on new clients, and do you specialize in men or women, or do you take everyone?
We're always taking on new clients. Okay. And we do work with both men and women, obviously. And we take both men and women as clients. And also they have to be over 21, of course, because that's the legal age here in Nevada. But we are working on the whole West Coast. So it's not just here in Las Vegas. But we're always looking for new members, because once people get attached, we're ready to send someone else and work with other people. So we're, and unfortunately, it's sad, but there's so many singles that are online and they're just not meeting their matches. So there's always a demand for this, very, very large demand. And I wanted to also point out, when I say to be healthy, I'm talking about mentally as well. So if you have any problems with alcoholism or drugs or something, you have to get yourself in a better position to be able to bring something positive to someone else. And if you're toxic all the time and talking about negativity, you have to work on yourself, because nobody wants to be around an unhappy person. You have to be happy in order to make someone else happy. So all of these things are very, very important in the dating world.
Yes. So for me, for my publication, I always say that I am always talking family friendly. I don't talk about politics. I really don't talk about religion. Definitely not politics. But so if there's some subjects that you tell your daters that are kind of taboo, like don't do it.
Absolutely. You don't want to talk, just as you pointed out, Penny, that's great. No politics, no religion, because those things are volatile subjects, as we all know, especially in today's world, in the political realm. So until you really get to know someone, you don't want to be going in with that. You don't want to play investigator or detective. You don't want to be judging other people too much, because you're not a priest or a rabbi. And the thing is that you have to bring positivity and, talk about your interest, your hobbies, stick to neutral conversations, stick to things that, you might be a wine enthusiast, or you might enjoy cooking, or traveling is a great subject. Talking about pets could be a fabulous subject. You could be at the dog park and meet somebody. So all of these things that have commonality with other people, then once you find that commonality, it might be cooking or whatever we just discussed, some other things, and then you click, you have an interest in something together. So that's very important. But definitely don't talk about your exes, and leave all that baggage in the closet. We don't exactly. We don't want to be boring people about your animal petting zoo at home or animal farm at home. So, all of these things, leave in the closet and just talk about, you may talk a little bit about your work or your career a little bit, and then talk about things that are interesting, hobbies, interests, movies, books you may read. Traveling is always a fun subject. So there's many, many subjects we can talk about, but we don't have to talk about all the negative things.
Yes, I love that. And I know that you had kind of touched base that you also do like relationship counseling. So maybe you go after the date and say, you have a conversation with them and tell them why it went south. I'm sure you do that very well. Are there any events that are coming up, or are you looking for certain connections, some business like power partners that could help you, number one, get more singles that are looking for more? Is it mainly for a serious relationship, or do you have some that are they just want to go on fun dates and meet wonderful people? Do you have different classes of daters?
Yes, we do. Most of our daters are looking for serious relationships. There are some people who just, want some companionship, but the majority of people are looking for a serious relationship. We're not really dealing with players. Okay. We do offer tough love if someone is a player, to kind of correct those habits and get them on the right track, because that's something else that we do. But normally the people in the service are really serious. They're trying to, find a life partner. They want to be in love, possibly get married. That's mostly what the people are looking for. Long-term relationships. It's not the players, and we're not looking for gold diggers. That's not really where we're at. We're trying to have people down to earth and, meet their perfect match,
I love that.
Yeah. As far as events, to answer that question, we do events from time to time. Right now, we don't have anything scheduled, but we will be scheduling some things in the future. We've done singles events on the Strip. We've been asked by local business owners to do many different events here in Las Vegas. And like I said, we did have a big Valentine's event on the Strip. So we do have things from time to time. As those events open up, we will calendar those on my website as well.
Okay, perfect. Yes, and I would love to help you with that. I think I've connected you to a couple younger, forums. And you said 21 years and older, so you
Right.
deal with all ages.
Yes, we do.
Okay, fantastic. So let's go ahead. We just have like a few minutes, but why don't you tell me, how about a success story? Do you have a success story that is just fun and dear to your heart?
Yeah, I had a male member come in, and he was, asking a lot of questions, a little bit hesitant. And on the second or so interview, he joined the club, and I sent him on a few dates. And the first couple dates weren't a total hit. And then I sent him on the third date. I had talked with the gal, and she said that she was actually seeing someone. And she explained to me, and I didn't feel that was really going to work out. So I told her, give me a call when you're done with that. And a couple of weeks later, my phone rang, and I got her out with the member, the club member. And sure enough, I got a email. They eloped and got married. So it was a real success story. Yeah. And
so sometimes you can find the right person, but it's not the right time. And as long as they feel confident in you, they can come back, swing back around, and maybe they get lucky. This is what Las Vegas is all about, getting lucky, right?
Right, absolutely.
I love that story. Yes. So, like you said, this is a very, we are engaging in social media 24/7. You really never know who you're speaking to. Are they in Las Vegas? Are they somewhere else? I know you also have a location that you connect folks in the California marketplace. Sometimes do those intermingle? Like for me, if you said, hey, Penny, I have someone in California, and I'll be like, yeah, let's get going. I would love to move to California. Do you
We actually we do have clients in California, and we've sent our clients from here to California. We've sent them to different states, Arizona, Utah. We work with Aspen, Texas, all over. But I had a gentleman in particular that we did send to Beverly Hills, and he took the gal to lunch at the Beverly Hills Hotel, to the Polo Lounge. And that was quite a nice date. So we do that all the time.
Okay, looks like we lost Penny for a second, but she will be right back. Is there anything else you'd like to add, CoCo? Or how can people get a hold of you if they would like to?
Oh, okay, great. They can go to coco-matchmaker.com or cocomatchmaker.net, and they can look at the website there. There's a page on the cocomatchmaker.com that they can put their information. They can also reach me by calling 702-372-8620. And we would love to chat with them and determine what their needs are and so forth. Also, we do the whole West Coast, as I mentioned. So we're California, Utah, Texas, Arizona. certain areas of those states, and we've got Aspen, Colorado. So anybody in those areas as well, we can reach out to us. We can chat with you and see what we can do to help you in the dating world. And we've got so many different things that we do, and we're here to work with you and help you all the way.
That's wonderful. That's such a great service. All right, looks like we have Penny back.
Oh, great.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I just came back from a network meeting. I was looking at my battery, and I'm like, I only have a few more minutes. Did not work out. So sorry, folks. CoCo, I don't see you on. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, your camera is off. But I just wanted to give people the opportunity. And I do apologize again, folks. It is a live show, so there are hiccups. And I just want to give CoCo the opportunity to shout out her website, her phone number, how people can connect with her, so we can get her some fresh, young, and old, but lively seniors that are looking for love here in Las Vegas. So go ahead and shout out your phone number and your website, CoCo Matchmaker.
Thank you. The number that I can be reached at is 702-372-8620. And the website is coco-matchmaker.com. And we would love to hear from you. And we do the whole West Coast, as I've repeated several times. So anybody in those arenas can give us a call, and we can see how we can help you, because we do offer a plethora of services here with the matchmaking dating service.
Okay, well, perfect. So if you need someone to help you as a dating coach, you've got CoCo. If you're looking for someone to help you with your wardrobe, I'm wearing the wrong clothes, ask CoCo. If you are looking for a relationship coach, call CoCo. So again, check out VIP matchmaking services with CoCo Matchmaker. And I know that she's going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to hearing about some other love connections. And again, thanks everyone. Thanks for coming to The Professionals on the first and third Wednesday of the month at 10:15 a.m. Thank you. Again, thank you, CoCo. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for having me, Penny. I enjoyed it.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.